Welcome to episode number 178 of Technically Speaking. This is AI Big Papa Peach coming to you live from the AI version of the 1% Studios. Tonight, the boys are discussing artificial intelligence, cloning voices, and how you can pretty much AI all the things. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the big human meat sack himself, Big Papa Peach.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is the type of opening I am talking about. That is the AI version of me. Welcome back to Technically Speaking Live. It is Thursday, August 24th, 9 p.m. The time is normal. The day is not. Honestly, life just gets in the way. I'm going to bring the boys in. But that's right. I purposefully made and cloned my voice. Tonight is episode Ode to AI. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and just bring the boys in. Triple camera, pow pow. What's up, boys? How we doing today?
Well, you know, it's Friday Eve. It's been
Friday Eve.
It's been a week, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
It's been a real week.
It's been a week.
We have a few short hours tomorrow, before it's the weekend. So
now, I hit you with the AI right in the beginning. That, folks, ladies and gentlemen, that was not me. It was me, but it was not me. And we're going to talk about it, but that was actually AI version of myself. I have cloned my voice. The voice has been cloned.
What did you tell us about that process? What did you upload? Did you have to upload a recording of yourself and then you just give it a script and then it just goes?
So we just want to dive straight into it?
sure.
Let's go straight with it. Okay. I had to bring the heat. So this is generative AI or AI in genitals.
I'm sorry.
All
What?
right. That's
We're
getting
getting weird, spicy.
Spicy.
So what you heard was actually a recording of me. So I'll tell you the process that I did. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but the better audio you feed it, the better quality you're going to get on the back end. So there's a company out there, or this product out there called Elevenlabs. Elevenlabs.io is actually the website. Now, you can go out there and for the free, you can get some of this stuff for free. You do not get your own voice cloned for free. You can get your own voice cloned right now for $1 for the first month, $5 for every subsequent month there on out. You get a certain number of characters. So let me describe Elevenlabs and the process I went through. So Elevenlabs, they use large language models to use AI to create a synthetic version of your voice, the AI version of your voice. Now, disclosure, because I know some of you are nefarious people, and you're going to be nefarious. And so you have got to have the permission and the rights to the voice. If it's permission and the rights to the voice that is yours, great. Let's just pretend that everybody's going to be on the up and up and leave it there. So you go to elevenlabs.io and you sign up for the service. You can just log in using your Google account. And then you have the ability to start feeding it audio of yourself. So for a test bed, what I did was take live shows from 2 times ago. I had the downloaded copy. You can just get it off of YouTube. Downloaded it, stripped out all audio that was not me, and I fed it just to see if the model would work. Exactly 2 minutes of my voice. 2 minutes. That's it. And it produced something that was pretty darn close. Now, here's what I'll tell you. They also have a service that provides what they say is no question at all the ability to have an indistinguishable AI voice. Now, I'm working on that aspect of it. So that requires a little more rigor behind it. But for the really quick, want to clone your own voice, you can just drop in anywhere between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. They say more than 5 minutes is pretty well useless because it's just not, return on investment is just not there. you can put your voice in there and clone yourself. Now, what I've done,
what's the platinum level, right? To get the really good one. Is this
the really good
is
one's
this the
$22 a
platinum
month.
package?
$22
See, that's how
a
they
month.
get you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's for the platinum package. Now, that's for the one where you get a professional, indistinguishable voice.
Yeah.
That requires anywhere between 30 minutes of clean audio and upwards of 3 hours of clean audio. Scott, you work in the business. Do you know how long it takes to edit 3 hours of audio just for yourself that is super clean?
Yeah.
A long time.
A long time.
So here's what I did. Last Friday, I was off. I took the week off. It was wonderful. Ready? I said, all right, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. And I said, dear ChatGPT, I need a 500-word script on, and then I just inserted a subject.
Mm-hmm.
One subject was golf. One was Google. One was Amazon. One was Apple. One was the golfer influencer Paige Spironic. Like I just said, hey, give me 500 words that I can just read. And I just sat in front of my microphone and I read for 35 minutes straight. Just read one every 500 words, one right after the other. Then I went in, edited it out, and uploaded the audio straight to Elevenlabs. I did no cleansing. I didn't run noise cancellation. I didn't do anything else. You can use your phone. You can use whatever. The point is, the cleaner the audio is, the better that you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I've got some doozies out there. I do. I got some doozies.
Trust me.
I
know.
I got some doozies. So, here you go.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Now, you noticed that it had that pause and really emphasized, and may God have... I didn't tell it to do that. It did that on its own. It did it completely on its own. Now, there's another one that I'll send to you guys after the show, which has expletives in it that absolutely sounds like me. Because let's be honest, if you know me, the way I inflect, the way that I talk, you know that it's not real. You know that it's AI because you know me. If you don't know me, then it's okay. Now I don't know if that's him or not. But
Or if somebody has only seen one of your videos.
Right. You wouldn't know. You would have no idea. Now, this is best, honestly, and the reason why I did it, well, one, I was trying to figure out a way I could do it because I've always wanted to try to AI create my own version of like a virtual self. But honestly, it's great for short form content because you can create quick audio snippets, a minute long, and it does all the work for you. You can run it through a program called Descript, and boom, you're done. Like you can make short form content right now using this program. It will sound like you. You can then run the audio. So you can create that version of the audio, drop it into a program called Descript, would then create an AI version of an audiogram, and it's perfect. You have a ready-made, like the thing that you saw at the beginning of the show is a Descript audiogram. That was my synthetic voice pumped into another AI application to create an audiogram of words that I only typed. None of those words I actually said. And it's just enough. Like if you put that on a platform like LinkedIn, I don't know why we're not having a better conversation when it comes to this stuff. This AI has the chance to be truly revolutionary. It also has the chance to be incredibly painful for humanity.
And certain people would argue it has the potential to be incredibly dangerous as well. So I think that's where, idiots like us, but also professionals like you, Scott, and we'll get into your LinkedIn, let's call it push over the last couple of weeks. can really drive
will?
the conversation. And
We probably should have talked about that before the 14 minutes we all had before prepping the show.
yeah, well, it's up to people who do have an interest, people who do have a passion, and people who at least are attempting to work within these systems to put out real world scenarios and maybe help drive the conversation in the correct direction.
Folks, let's not get it twisted here. Let's talk about what we've used on AI in just this show alone. On the screen right now, what you're seeing is 3 dudes, 1 in a bubble, two in boxes. But behind us is some weird stereo sex machine thing and peaches on a table. By the way, the image that you see is AI generated from
Fully. That's right.
fully AI generated. It
From
was
from a text prompt.
yeah, from a text prompt using generative AI. It took an unstructured sentence talking about peaches and a stereo, didn't even mention the table, and put what you see on the screen as the picture. And then earlier, I just opened the show where I introduced myself, but I didn't talk. But I did talk. Like, we're getting to the point where
Your essence spoke.
my essence did speak. My from down here, like, spoke.
I don't know. It was a little high pitched for me.
See, that's the thing. As I've noticed, it was a little nasally high pitched.
A little tinny.
It was. So I've got to work on that. So, like, that's one of those things, like, I'm trying to really dial it in to say, like, okay, what do I want it to sound like? When I speak, I'm a little deeper, but when I'm reading, I'm higher just because I'm reading.
So what you're saying is we need to get we either need to get the Marvin Gaye or the Shaft audio filter plugged in.
Well, all I'm going to do is take the clean audio that I had and then drop something in Final Cut and then just lower it like a tick. And it'll be totally fine. The audio will still remain the same. I'll just take an octave, drop it down like a quarter step, and it'll be good. And so then I'll have a nice, smooth, realistically full, vibrant sound. But yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about an article here where you can literally use ChatGPT or a generative AI engine like ChatGPT for just about anything. And I don't think people realize how powerful it can be, especially in content creation. If you are not using it or haven't even thought about using it for content creation, you are really missing out. You can generate music.
Yeah, it's not even that you have to go seek it out. It's built into most of the platforms that a lot of folks who are in any sort of like media role, it's already it's in the platform. It's now in most of these, like, you know, like these, like,
Well, you use Photoshop. Tell us about what's like in Photoshop.
well, these web platforms, Squarespace, Wix, there's an edit text button and then there's an AI text button right beside it. And you just say, what's your company name? What's this section supposed to be like? Is it an about section? Is it a products, prompt? And then you can just give it a bulleted list of stuff that's important to you. And you click go. And in 10 seconds, you've got 3 different options for copy. And you can just hit, oh, I like this one the best. Doink. And it goes right in there. And then you can edit it from there, obviously. But it has sped up copywriting exponentially.
Yeah.
And then to your point, in Photoshop, you know, you can take literally a blank canvas and just give it any prompts that you want, or you can highlight certain sections of photos, tell it, you know, okay, I want you to like generatively fill this with whatever. So that generative fill tool is, I mean, you're just eliminating years of homework from all of my students' lives from when I used to teach design. It'd be like, there used to be an assignment where you would have to like take a picture, make your canvas bigger, and then what are you going to fill it with actual tools and thoughts? And now it's like, no, you just type it in and tell it what
I
you
want
to
rainbows, unicorns, and you have rainbow unicorns just like that.
But to stretch it way back, some of the early pioneers in consciousness, in
So
science
we're
and
going
in science
real
fiction.
sciencey now.
Oh, I
Well,
like
but
this.
we have an article about it. So
Oh.
I think a lot of the pioneers of this type of thought, that was the original intent behind AI or robots or any type of
Sure.
assistive technology that would hopefully, the one direction gets us to Skynet and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The other direction gets us to, I saw a great tweet the other day where we don't need AI to paint me a pretty picture. We need AI to monitor my grocery list, look at the camera that's inside my my refrigerator, order my groceries for me, pay for it with the grocery store, and have it delivered at a time when my schedule, I'm usually at home to pick up the groceries.
So
That's what we need AI to do for us, to make life easier. And to Boombox's point, for your students, yes, it is going to be a generational change, a generational shift between, what we grew up doing with the internet and with content creation versus what they're going to be doing. And it's not necessarily better or worse. It's just different, like every evolution of technology that we've come across.
I'm going to modify a little bit, and we're going to go to what can ChatGPT do, because we're talking about the art of the possible at this point, right? So let's talk about the art of the possible right now. So ChatGPT or Bard or Claude or anything like that, and we'll talk about Claude and Bard here in a minute. They use a large language model that can create some sort. So generative AI means generation, right? So when you think about machine learning, say like you put a picture of a cat and a picture of a dog, and then you say, hey, tell me, I need a 0 and a 1 answer of a cat and a dog. Tell me yes or no. That's not generative AI. Generative AI would say, like, this is a picture of a cat. I need it to be black and white. And it would generate an image of a black and white cat and give it to you. That's why the word generative is there. But let's talk about what people are now starting to use. So somebody mentioned, hey, for those of us less creative in the areas of tech, you can use it to code procedural documents. Yes, it is wonderful. You can actually tell it, hey, I have SQL code or I have Python code, I need it in JSON. And it will say, oh, okay, cool. And you feed the parameters in, and then it just generates a code snippet for you. You put that into your favorite program, and then you're off and running. Matter of fact, Google Cloud will let you create an entire generative AI application writing no line of code. None. Zero. No lines of code. You want to create a generative AI application? Great. Go to Google Cloud, and they'll just do it for you in a nice GUI front end. Amazing. But transform text into slide presentation. Generative AI will take the text and generate an image based on what it thinks from the prompt text that you put it in. For those, and I'm sure that there are some out there, for those that have never used any type of generative AI, the most important thing for you to know is the prompt. The prompt is the thing that will generate what you're looking for. Take the time to learn how to properly prompt. Because if you put a good, proper prompt together, say that 3 times fast, you actually have the ability to generate a lot of very cool things.
Well, and I think that goes back to one of the most important concepts in education and learning, which I think all of us are passionate about for one reason or another, but is learning to ask the right questions.
And then prompt engineering is going to become a career.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of that. So,
but, in any field, in any facet, in any level of your life, learning to ask the right questions at the right time in the right manner is vitally important to just existing in today's day and age.
So you're seeing it right here. Use the following prompt to instruct ChatGPT to create a presentation. Please convert the following text into a 10-slide presentation, and it will do exactly what you say. There's programs out there, I can't remember the name of the AI that's out there, that will actually create a PowerPoint for you that you can export. I need a presentation on the fundamental swings of golf. Boom, 8 slides within 15 seconds. It's not very much. It's very, very simple for you to do.
For those of you that have children, this is going to take procrastination on school projects.
Holy
to a
Jesus. It's going to
nother
holy
level.
other level. Oh, I need a paper. I'll wait 10 minutes until it's due and generate a paper. And then, oh, by the way, schools are catching on to the fact that, oh, well, I know that I now have to run the papers through some sort of program that's looking for what's plagiarism. Well, don't worry about that, kiddos, because now the programs will automatically run whatever they're going to do from a generation perspective to let you know that it's going to run through the known plagiarizing models and make sure you don't get tagged by a plagiarizing model. Look, it's just at this point, the genie's open.
Yeah,
That bottle's way open. You ain't gonna stop that one.
It's today's version of an encyclopedia, or
you ain't stopping it. Those kids are going to use it, and they are going to be one step ahead of you in terms of plagiarism. You might as well figure out other different ways to test whether or not they're going to know this thing. Anyway, ChatGPT is going to generate Python code for your slides. Please write Python code to transform the previous text into blah, 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 blah. It has the ability to do that today. Unbelievable, right? Look at this. Convert text into PowerPoint. You now have the ability. I have to use PowerPoint for work. I hate PowerPoint. Hate it. With the passion of 1,000 burning suns. Hate it.
That's a lot.
It's not.
That's a lot of
great.
hate. It's a lot of hate. So let's go back to I'm gonna go back to the triple camera setup. But yeah, that's the general gist. You can use it for a lot. A lot. I know we bounced around a lot. Did I answer your query about Elevenlabs? My voice thing.
Yes,
that was 12
absolutely.
minutes ago.
Yeah. I'm fascinated because I used to do a lot of like voiceover work, and I had this like larger book deal, and it took too long. It was too much. So part of me is like wondering, could I upload a chapter and then just take all of the other books and then just feed them into this machine, right? And then have all those audiobooks done. It's going to put a ton of VO folks out of work. Everyone thinks it's going to take copywriters out of work too.
Oh, dude, it's going to take
Copywriters are in trouble.
Copywriters in trouble. Marketers are in trouble. Voiceover artists are in trouble.
Oh wait, that's literally everything I do.
Yeah, I mean,
well, not true.
You do a live
got a
show.
sidekick. You got a
You do a
sidekick.
live show.
You guys are very kind. You're very kind.
You do a live show. I mean, but the idea is like, you're right. Like we're talking, folks, this is a really big deal. But I would argue, probably unsuccessfully, that while, yes, the act of doing voiceovers, copywriting goes away, you doing the action, it's still going to require you to prompt it correctly to generate what you're looking for. There's still always going to be that human component.
Well, and then you're always going to have the human component on the output side to ensure that it's what you're looking for and it's presentable for whatever audience you are building it for.
And you've got to look at it from the standpoint of knowing that all of these AI platforms, they all have the common problem of they all like hallucinate and just make stuff up every now and again and get things wrong. I mean, it's a well documented fact.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's going to get things wrong.
It is,
but I think I don't think it's going to get rid of jobs, because in speaking more to the marketing, copywriting, all of these types of things, it's going to allow folks to get a lot more stuff done faster. And to your point about prompts, right? If anyone who's worked with a large number of clients knows that like getting them to clearly explain what they want is always an issue. So it's going to be a long ways before. I mean, I don't, like a lot of my clients have had that challenge. Like they can't describe what they want. They're sure as heck not going to be able to prompt AI to get it right. And they don't have the time to.
Well, and then you got the whole thing, like the hallucination problem, right? Well, hallucination happens when you either have fed it not enough data, not enough context of the data. So the hallucinations are all going to be dependent upon the data that you put into the model. Now, there's models that are readily available to buy off the shelf, but it's going to really be dependent upon what is the use case for it. Ton of businesses right now going, I got to have AI, got to have AI, got to have AI. It is literally a hammer in the search of a nail.
Yeah.
They don't
So
know
let me ask you
why to do it.
With all of these needs and applications, right? All of this, it's permeated throughout multiple markets, multiple industries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is OpenAI edging towards bankruptcy?
See,
How
now,
have they already lost? What was
Yeah.
it? What's the report?
Yeah, so-
$540 million?
a day.
Oh,
Is that a day?
is that no? That can't be a day.
It can't be a day.
Okay,
a lot.
no, I think it's just total. Yeah.
So here's the
So-
thing. OpenAI got invested by a lot. Like, I believe it was somewhere, was it like $1 billion or 10 billion? It was a huge number. Stats, you're going to need to look that up.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Microsoft dumped a ton of money into OpenAI. Ton of money. And rightfully so, because they basically automatically embedded ChatGPT right into Bing. First of all, Bing still sucks. I'm a big Chrome guy. I'm a big Google guy. We know this.
Yeah.
I can't
Well
say that
documented.
well documented. I haven't mentioned the thing yet. We're going to come back to your card, and we're going to come back to my other thing here in a minute. And by a minute, probably 30 minutes from now. Bing and Microsoft invested a tremendous amount, but people don't understand. It takes a ton of money and resources to run those large language models every day. A ton. So this is why you're seeing, some people are saying the tool's getting dumber. I don't think I necessarily agree with that.
That's a great.
It's still human programmed. Like it's still generating things. It's getting dumber because you're pumping a ton of data into it. So it's got way more data, and people are pushing in dumb stuff into the data. So yeah, it probably is getting a little dumber. It takes, look at this, approximately $700,000 a day to run ChatGPT through OpenAI. Think about that. Look how big that number is. 36 cents per prompt. Per prompt.
Well, and I found the larger number. They have lost $540 million since they debuted it 6 months ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, it's a lot. Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not quite Elmo money, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot though. But here's the thing is the investors will keep it afloat long enough until they can replicate it themselves, and then OpenAI will go away. OpenAI will probably go the way of like MySpace. Probably.
Can't they just ask ChatGPT, how do we not go bankrupt?
Or how,
It would tell you to diversify.
Why hasn't AI solved this?
How do we print
Right?
money without getting caught?
Well, it's things like this. It's the procurement of the GPUs because it takes a tremendous amount of resources. Resources not only money, but resources like power, because AI is very resource intensive from a like computer perspective.
Yeah, sure.
Chips
And that
and
costs-
servers and
Yeah, that costs money.
clusters.
Chips,
Yeah.
servers, storage, data.
A lot of hamsters in the wheels. Yep.
Tons of hamsters in the wheels, right? And I don't know how long they're going to be able to go. Like when you're saying you're spending $700,000 a day,
A day.
That is
bonkers. A bonkers amount of money. They're saying that they're having a decline in the number of users that they're having. Full disclosure, I am a paid subscriber to ChatGPT through OpenAI. I pay my monthly expense to them. I also pay for other AI. This is currently my thing that I spend money on. I don't go to the gym. I try to AI things in my life.
try to AI those muscles.
I try to AI the muscles. That's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to generatively give muscles to myself. I'm adding wrinkles to my brain to try to get strength in my biceps. It's not working
It's not.
for what it's worth. But
I wonder why.
to me, it's a matter of it is the art of the possible. And honestly, I use it just like I would use Google. Like I would go to, Google and I would ask it a question. I find myself going to ChatGPT, first thing before I go to Bard. I find that I like ChatGPT's answers a little more robust. Bard is very quick. If I need a quick answer, I go to Google. If I need a more robust answer, I'm using the OpenAI platform. Claude, and we'll talk about Claude in a minute, is another up-and-coming AI platform that's very, very good. It's from a company called Anthropic, and they just got a huge investment from Amazon. So Amazon has an AI program called Bedrock, and they just embedded Claude into it. So look, here's the deal: you're going to get AI pretty much everywhere. Mac, we're not talking about fridges, but every time I scroll, that fridge article will not go away from Best Buy because thanks ads. They just follows me everywhere I go. But if you need, hey, right now.
Next week, yeah.
If you need a set of Samsung French door refrigerators, you can go to Best Buy right now. Pick one up for $1199.99, just shy of $1,200. If you want the best looking Samsung French door refrigerator you're ever going to get, bestbuy.com is the place that you want to go to.
Did we pick up a sponsorship?
We did not, but I'm really working that angle. Really working that angle. Hashtag ad. Don't find me, FTC. Do not find me. Making money off ChatGPT 4. Now, let's go over into Claude. So Claude, again, Anthropic, is two areas where it's going to shine. Claude is, you can go to claude.io, I think. Claude.ai. I was close. And it's like a nice happy mix between Google Bard and ChatGPT, what you're used to see. The UI is much more friendly. The answers are fairly robust and very accurate. And Amazon has dumped a ton of money into this as well. So again,
it's only been around for a month.
It's not old. It is not old at all. And it lets you.
It's not old at 2 months. That's right.
You can do 75,000 words, which usually I think is about 5,000 words for OpenAI, ChatGPT. And you can actually upload files. One thing that I would like to do, this is just me. I'm a big nerd for this type of stuff. What I want to do is I still have every single college paper I ever wrote. Every single one. So what I want to do is slap a large language model on my college papers and actually see if I knew anything that I wrote. Just to see if I could do it. More interesting than not. Like I just want to slap a large language. I don't think I have enough data, but I do want to see if something like that would be super interesting, especially when you upload a file. So when you upload this file from an AI perspective, you can ask it questions on the file. You upload this giant PDF and say, I need to know, can you summarize this for me? It's great if you're reading data privacy laws because they are awful to read in person. Upload a PDF of the data privacy or feed it the URL and ask it questions. It's the best way to do it. So again, going back to the school thing, kids ain't learning for nothing. They're going to upload some book. Can you give me a summary of like To Kill a Mockingbird?
So
can you give me a summary of something?
It's like Google Chrome. Yeah, Google Chrome. It'll give you the whole
Here you go.
Cliff Notes.
So
bam,
I was gonna say,
right there.
Yeah.
It's this.
It is literally this right here.
Cliff Notes and Spark Notes and all.
Cliff Notes, Spark Notes. Now I just have to have an internet
Is Cliff
connection.
Notes a thing anymore? Is that a thing?
I think it's online only.
Is it online only?
I'm sure it's still out there.
Look at this.
Man.
AI power. First of all, iOS, Android first, and then coming to Chrome on desktop. Come on. Why would you not do desktop first?
Or Android first.
Well, don't get me started. Google does stuff for iOS before they do Android, and I think that's so stupid.
Yeah,
so
but
dumb.
we're going to die on that hill that they should treat us Android customers better.
Yes, they should. It's so stupid, but whatever. I should switch to iPhone. Never going to happen. Did that light just go out?
It did.
No, it didn't. If you need another one, here.
No.
You're not on camera right now, so here.
I know.
Here you go.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
So now you can go.
Ready.
I exist.
I stay
in the
ready.
dark.
I stay at the ready.
Stay ready.
You can literally say, hey, I don't want to read this article. Can you just summarize it for me?
This would help me with show prep.
Would it? Did you use it for show prep? Please tell me you
Yes,
did. No, you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah. I didn't. You're like, did you read the article? I was like, no, not really. I
I
heard the gist of it.
I read a generative AI summary of the article.
So you're not messing with me. You really did do it?
Yeah.
How is
I
it?
did.
Like, I haven't done it yet. Like, tell
like
me,
it.
legit,
I
tell
like
me.
I like, I mean, I only did it with 3 of them because I'm still a slacker, right? And I still have student syndrome. But I mean, I don't know, everything works with Google. I just have to say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. So, but yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. And most importantly, you can get what you want out of stuff without having to get through
Paywall.
6 video pop-ups. It gets all the crap out of it.
All
Can
the
you-
ads,
that you want.
Can you bypass paywall?
No, I don't think so. No,
Really?
I didn't try it because I know one of the articles that we were talking about with
It's
Google
literally
Gemini
right here.
is behind. Yeah.
There you go.
See, I did read it. No, but no, like the yeah, it's fantastic. I live in Google Chrome, so like
Same.
I love that. I love it. So, but
We talk about this one right here.
so we talked about Claude getting major investment from what you said from Amazon.
Yeah,
Right.
Claude. So Anthropic's getting huge investments from Amazon.
And
OpenAI.
is Microsoft,
Correct.
and now we got Google, baby.
So
What's Google?
this is where, let me see if I can find my Google one.
It's from, I think the article's on The Information.
What? What do you mean
It's
on
behind a
the
paywall. So it's that's the information.com is it's got a red
right here?
icon.
No,
It's
that's AI.
the one where I'm literally typing in.
Oh, I don't have that one pulled up. Hold on, I'm going to go to the triple camera setup and go to the show notes,
So
and then I'll pull it up. So talk.
So I started laughing about this article, which is, how Google is planning to beat OpenAI with their own. They newly merged with AI SWAT or however, I don't know if it's mergers and acquisitions. I don't know all the proper terminology, right? But they're like, how are they going to beat OpenAI? And I just started laughing because I'm like, isn't OpenAI on the verge of bankruptcy and already beating itself? Like, you just have to outlast them. I
Right.
mean, are you just going to outspend them? Is that your plan, Google?
Or wait till they are so in need of money, and then you snap them up out from
That's
under Microsoft and dump it into your own large language Ask Me Anything Llama, and then you're just ahead of the game. That was a callback to
Well
3
done.
shows ago.
That's a great llama reference there.
I was going to say, where did that come from?
Excellent job. That was good. Remember Llama and Llama 2, Electric Boogaloo, large language.
Ask Me Anything.
Oh, yeah, Llama,
Yeah.
Llama 2.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled that up, but you're right. It's
Were you
behind a
here for that show?
paywall.
Jeez. It is behind a paywall.
It
but
is literally behind a paywall. And here it is.
I will say,
It's
out of
right
all
here.
of the names, Google Gemini is the best name. So, I mean,
So if you just go
Claude,
out,
come on.
Claude, yeah, Bard's not bad. I like
Bard.
Gemini better.
Gemini's the best. It's the best name.
So merging 2 artificial teams with distinct cultures and code to catch it up. So now you have Gemini and Bard coming together as one big, massive, happy family within Google. Thanks for the pop-up. Love that. Love that. Got to make sure the information.com gets those ads in. And oh, by the way, paywall. Join now to read the full story. Should I join now to read the full story? Do I have to subscribe or do I have to give them my email? Hold on. Coming back to triple.
SadTrombone.com.
Here we go. Sad trombone. Hold on. We're going to do this. I'm doing this live.
Do it.
Live
I'm not giving
Tell
my
us
email
about-
address.
over the digital airwaves. Give
There
me your
you go.
fake email.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Oh, my God.
What are
Do
they
you know how much it is for this website for a year?
99.95.
Bro, it is $749 a year.
What?
The Information Pro is $749 a year, and that's down from $999. Look,
Well, that's psychology of sales, of course. Of course.
good
You're getting
God
a deal. Mitchie.
in
Come on.
heaven, you can just. Oh, hang on. They got young professional, Access to articles, briefings, newsletter, 30 or under. Receive 2 years billed annually at our best price of $225 per year. First of all, I'm not under that number. That's ageism. Suck it. I'm not paying for that. Not just because of that, I'm not going to follow your article. I clicked off of your webpage. I'm not going to do that. I do believe Google has its fingertips in all of the information. All of it. And there is no reason that it shouldn't be the number one. There is no reason. But it's really going to come down to what are they trying to do. So if you go to Chrome right now and you type in something, you're going to most likely be served with, if you're on the beta Chrome app, a generative AI answer. I have that answer. I have the generative AI. So anytime I type in a query, I'm hit back immediately with some sort of Gen AI answer to my query that I put in through Google search.
There is another article that's not behind a paywall that
we have it.
Yeah, it talks about Google Gemini.
All right, I'm going to go to that. See, look at this. Look, stats. We're just doing this in real time, by the way, because this is what we do live.
That's what we do best.
This is what we do, though. Off the top of the dome, pulling it up right now. Is this the one you just have highlighted yellow?
Yeah.
Hold, please. Going to the double share. Boom now.
See, but it has worse art. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the better pictures, Peachy. What is this?
I would argue that this is a better picture than what it was before.
Our own pictures, BoomBox.
Where we're going, we don't need roads, bro. Here's what we're doing: enterprise-based products challenging Microsoft. Google does not cease to amaze, per this article, the idea, what is Gemini? At a high level, you can think of Gemini as combining some of the strengths of the AlphaGo type system and the amazing language capabilities of a large model. So DeepMind was one of Google's big AI things that's been around for years. This is where we're going to try to find out if, in fact, GPT-4 is GPT-4 is the most recent large language model from OpenAI. So AlphaGo is actually the system that beat a world champion chess player. That's where AlphaGo came from. That was way back. 2016, which, by the way, was basically like Land of the Dinosaurs in terms of artificial intelligence.
Agreed.
Like, we're talking a long time ago.
I mean, it was almost 8 years ago. Where did that come from?
That's evidently we're Hyundai sponsored. I don't even know what to do with this anymore. This is ridiculous.
Close the window.
This is ridiculous.
Close the window.
Now we probably just demonetize.
Streaming ads.
Demonetize. Jesus H. Gee, good night. Good God in heaven. And now I'm
just showing our show notes now.
Jesus.
Off the rails.
I mean, I don't think it was too bad. Our show notes are on there. What else is up there? There's nothing like too egregious showing, right?
No, it doesn't matter whatsoever.
Hey, we got the show in. What do you want to say? What do you want to do here?
On time too.
We did make it on time.
I mean, by the skin of our teeth.
Right. Bro, it's just been busy. Like, life is just in the way at this point. Look, this was
it 100% is
full up show going to AI, but there are pressing things that we need to talk about, and one of those pressing things is there has been 2 outstanding queries that both Scots on the program have got to come to bat on. I'm going to go to BoomBox first. Mr. BoomBox, did you or did you not acquire some sort of metallic object?
Payment
type
device.
Process device.
Baby. Oh, baby. I have never
Tell me, did you or did you not? For the fans, all 4 of them that are watching.
I'm sorry.
Get an Apple Card.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
And it was so fun. I haven't had this much money in tech banking since like the first time I got Robinhood, right? Like,
wow.
And
reference.
You know, Yeah. And like, I mean, in like, shoot, I don't even know, 40 seconds, I had $10,000. It was
Damn.
amazing. It was amazing. I was
All
like,
through
wait a
your
second. I'm
iPhone.
like, how did they approve me so fast? I'm like, oh wait, everything you'd ever want to know about me is in this thing. Of course
Uh-huh.
they know.
Yep.
They know everything about me. So
Yeah.
you get it. It's in your wallet, right? Right out of the gate. And you're like, okay, cool. It's the only card in your wallet that kind of looks like a hologram. Of course, they make their card look cooler, right? But then you can only if you request, do you get the card. And as you unbox the card, just like every other sweet piece of Apple tech, it
Yeah.
comes in this beautiful.
Look at
with
that.
the colors
Oh my
inside.
God. Look at that.
So gorgeous, gorgeous.
Good
And then it says,
night.
hold iPhone here to activate card. And you just hold your phone over it. Boom, it's live. Now, for those that have not seen these crazy things, I don't care if I put this on my video or not, because there's nothing on the card.
Nothing.
There's no numbers. There's nothing. Not a CIV.
Nope.
Not nothing. I'm just gonna sign it with a black Sharpie just to make it like all my
Don't
other
have to.
places.
Doesn't matter. They give you a brand new number
They don't
every time you. That's one of the security features people don't realize. And can we
And
talk about
that-
the fact that it's all
So
metal?
gratifying.
It is
so gratifying.
Like when you drop it on the table, and it like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just clangs
Yeah,
around.
you-
Man.
when you toss it on the bar, yeah, it's nice.
Oh,
It's
and
nice.
it's like when somebody
It's
goes,
nice. nice.
So when you're at the bar and somebody picks up, they're like, like,
Oh,
I wonder-
Oh, I'm
hold on a
sorry,
minute.
sir.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder
Suddenly
if
I'm
any.
sir.
yeah.
I wonder if anybody has done a stress test on the Apple Metal card like they do on
On the
brand
Pixel
new
Fold?
phones to see if they bend them the wrong way.
I know, right?
Will the Apple card spring back to its normal shape?
Maybe would, but I will tell you right now,
Yeah.
the packaging is exquisite.
It's exquisite. It's gorgeous.
It's so over the top.
Gorgeous.
Look at that. That is,
This is nicer than any gift card I've ever gotten. They're like,
Right.
please go into horrific debt with us in Goldman socks. It's got Goldman socks written on the back of it too.
Socks. It is socks too. I really
Now-
hate admitting that.
I took it to the next step and I got the Apple savings because that's really all I want. I really wanted the savings account that gives you 4%, like we talked about, 4.15, excuse me.
Yep.
I know, I think it was Pixel. Somebody was telling us about the PayPal one. It's like 4.5. So whatever, there's a little, there's some competition. Imagine that in America. But every time you buy something with the card, right? A little bit of money, a percentage, either 4 or 3 or 2 or 1% of whatever goes directly. As soon as you do it, as soon as you, not that you've paid it off,
The minute, the
the
moment.
minute, and it goes right into your Apple savings account, and you start earning
Yep.
dollars on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just cashing checks and snapping necks, baby.
Dude, it's amazing.
amazing.
It's
so
so
gratifying.
It's so
So
good.
gratifying.
It is
Yeah.
so good. And I got to tell you, it is, as a main carrying Android user, it's like, man, it's just so seamless. It
I
is
know.
so seamless.
Yep. It works at modern parking garages. I just held my phone over and it paid for my parking. I earned, and which put a deposit in my savings account. I was like, what? It's unbelievable. It's so fast. So it was fantastic. I did it. I have not looked back.
You have not looked back. Straight into
I
the
love it.
savings account. Love
I
it.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Now,
Highly recommended.
absolutely. So here's the thing. Highly recommend it. Haven't looked into the PayPal 4.5% savings. I will. But honestly, the seamless transition that is Apple, it should come as no surprise. The idea that I can do everything on my mobile, super Apple-ish. They got all my money. They got all my data. Holy Jesus. Like it's just such a great experience. Now, others have had bad experiences. I have not been one of them. And sounds like Mr. Boombox himself, Sir, has also
Boombox.
not had that. Here's what I'll say about the other half of the Scots living up to what was supposed to be. So
The
what
challenge, the gauntlet, if you will, the
Yes.
titanium gauntlet.
did I, in fact, purchase and acquire a Pixel Fold? The answer is...
And for longtime viewers of the show...
Nope, this is still just a Pixel 7.
Pixel Fold.
Nope, sure not.
Longtime viewers of the show, comment in the chat whether or not you think Scotty's lying.
Yeah, I had you for a second, though, didn't I?
I'm flicking you off so hard right now.
I did not.
That was for the kids.
It was for the kids. Demonetized. I did not. I honestly, here's the thing. Here is the single biggest reason. It's such a stupid reason. It really is. I'm about to tell you just how dumb the reason is. I have, no joke, talked to an AT&T customer rep via their chat at least 5 times a week for the past 3 weeks. I could have at any given point ordered a phone with them and had it shipped to my house within 1 or 2 days max.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it. And the question that I always ask that rep on the other end of the chat is there one that's available in store right now? And if the answer was yes, I would go. And the answer has always been no.
No.
And I haven't gone. So I want the instant gratification feeling.
If you're gonna go, you
want to play with it.
You have to wait for the mail. Yeah.
I don't want to wait for the mail. And so I haven't got one because I can't walk into some establishment and walk out with it. My wife, my poor wife, she's just been like, would you just shut up? Like, just shut your hole. I am so, like, get out. I'm so sick of just hearing you.
She sees you chatting with yet another AT&T rep.
Yes.
She
she sounds hideous. She sounds hideous. That's what she tells me.
Yeah.
Well, it's an AT&T rep, so I don't know what to tell you. Like,
wearing khakis.
Wearing khakis. But it's just...
What are you wearing, AT&T rep?
Blue t-shirt. It's fine. Ooh. Does it have the Death Star on the t-shirt? Oh, amazing.
A lanyard with my shift keys. Yes. Wow.
I still haven't got one. Now I'm just wondering, should I even get one?
Well, if you wait a couple of months until the 8 drops, you'll be able to pick up a Fold at like half price.
That's right. That's
well,
right.
Allegedly, we're getting into the point of almost Techtober. So the live shows will pick up with just an onslaught of God knows what. We're probably inside of 30 days from getting an iPhone 15, where if you are anywhere near the program, you're going to realize that Apple will now somehow in the next month invent USB-C. Somehow Apple will have invented USB-C. And during their iPhone 15 launch event, they will tell you that they, in fact, are so good that they created it, and they're the very first ones that's ever created it. By the way, there is a report out there, and I can neither confirm nor deny, I only read the headline, that they are going to limit the ability to data transfer on the USB-C to just something around 2.0, so very much lightning-ish terms in terms of data transfer, which is just completely asinine because USB-C has the ability to do significantly more than that.
Well, but you've got to think of their dear iPhone junkies, and they don't want to raise the bar too quickly. They don't want them to be frightened by how fast USB-C can transfer data.
I love how just 10 minutes ago we were talking about how good Apple was about all of their stuff, and then fast forward 10 minutes later, we are saying, you guys suck you have the worst ever. But no, you're going to see USB-C in an iPhone 15, 15 Pro. It's going to look like an iPhone. It's going to act like an iPhone. It's going to have iOS 17, which, by the way, I've been running iOS 17 beta. It's great. It's wonderful. I have toyed around with the idea. I was like, here's how big of like a tech, just junky, nasty person I am. Just nasty. I almost bought an Apple Ultra watch. I don't even use an iPhone every day. I almost bought the Apple Ultra watch and completely forego Pixel. Almost walked out of the entire ecosystem. The Apple Watch Ultra almost did that. almost made me walk out of the entire ecosystem. $800 watch. $800 watch. It's $880 after taxes and stuff. Easy $880.
I mean, that's $1,000 less than the Pixel Fold.
True.
I think my Apple Watches might be the first product that I punt from Apple. I might
Really?
actually.
So I wear
Yeah.
so I have a Pixel Watch and I wear it to bed to track my sleep, which is just usually just completely garbage, by the way. And I was thinking, oh,
The
this is
watch
actually
or
a
your
nice
sleep?
watch to sleep with because it's not big, it's not obtuse, it charges fast, so I'll charge it overnight. I'll charge it when I'm in the shower or whatever. But if I'm wearing that Ultra watch, that's a big honker, right? Like that's triple C thick. And I feel like I'd knock myself out if I was wearing that at bed. So, I mean, I don't know. That's how big of a mess I am. I'm just a mess. At the end of the day, I'm still a Pixel dude. Like, that's just who I am through and through.
You are Team Pixel.
I am. I don't think they like me anymore, but I am and will probably always be Team Pixel.
I don't know.
But
They should like you for how much you've been selling the Fold for them the last few weeks.
Well, he's
Also,
just trying to
quizzing all their reps.
Yeah, trying to convince them to have it in stock. That's what he's trying.
I just need them in stock.
Move more
Guys, I
units.
just need them in stock.
He's just selling that exclusivity. He's just selling exclusivity.
Jesus
and
H.
giving his poor reps some pop quizzes so they know their
I
stuff.
treat him nice. I say thank you. I say, I really appreciate you. I
You're a
also
secret
learned.
shopper, dude. You're a secret shopper.
I learned
You
their
are-
lingo.
They think you're some manager somewhere.
I learned
They
their
do.
lingo.
They think you're some manager.
They say that Michael Peppertech can confirm or deny this, that
That's right. He
they
used to
will
work at
actually, because he used to work at AT&T, they actually have a secret stock, like a private stash of phones in the back. That's how I learned that one of the stores around me had one, but when I got there, they had sold it already. So I was really bummed about that. But they have a secret stash of phones.
So the front of house is the web. The back of the house is the dark web.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I learned a lot. I've learned a lot. So
I'm sure it seems like you've spent a lot of time there.
shut up. Why are you judging me? You ain't better than me. Don't judge me. Boombox, where can they find you? By the way, happy belated birthday, because that was you've been celebrating for like 3 weeks.
I've been trying, brother. I never stopped. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'm the big 45 officially. So pretty wild. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. They can find you where?
At Scotty BoomBox, SCOTTY BoomBox on all platforms. Because when a
Nice.
new platform pops up, the first thing I do is save my username.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Amen to that. Stats, where can they find you?
I'm at Helix Island. I'm always going to call it the Tweet Machine, and Country Smith on the on the Zucks, and a few other places that shall remain nameless for the time being.
Oh, I like that.
Anyway, you can find me at Scott Peachy on Twitter, not X, for now, until he burns that platform completely into the ground. At the Scott Peachy on Instagram and Threads. I think that's pretty much where.
Shout out.
Nice Thread shout out. I do like the idea of Threads. I do.
They did launch the desktop version today. So
Well,
membership, usership might pick that
I
up
can't.
again.
No, it won't. I can't wait. Here's the problem: is like if it hit 100 million downloads, right? Let's think about this. It could be 2% of what it was when it hit the 100 million downloads. That's still 2 million people. That's not small potatoes, but they're like, it's dying. And I'm like, guys, I don't think you understand how many people had it. I still look at it every day. So
Yeah.
anyway, you can find us next week. We will be back most likely to Wednesdays, 9 p.m. This was just a special Thursday episode because, quite honestly, family and life got in the way. Shooting for Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Back in the saddle again. Until then, we will catch you on the flip side, AI and all. And see you next week.